Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the FIDLOCK PINCLIP waterproof saddle bag. FIDLOCK are a well-known company for the innovative magnetic fasteners that can be found in everything from helmets to camera straps. One of FIDLOCK's latest products is their new PINCLIP saddlebag, which combines their waterproof expandable saddle bag with their PINCLIP fastener design. It's a slick design that uses a combination of magnets and mechanical locking to secure the saddlebag to your saddle rail and then easily remove it by just pulling on a single release strap. Packaging wise, really simple. You have the saddlebag and it's just attached to a cardboard backing. You have nice illustrations of how the thing attaches. And you can see this one also includes that saddle base. You can purchase this separately as well. So if you wanted to switch between two bikes, you could just buy the base. I'll go ahead and take this out of the packaging. You just have to pull this side open and then pull it out. So retail price on this varies from $54.99 for the small variation, which is 400 milliliters, or the $70 version that we have here, which is the medium size, and it's 700 milliliter. This is fully waterproof. So waterproof fabric with this roll-up top that keeps the water out. You have some cool design features like the PINLOCK attachment on the top, which again uses both magnets and this mechanical release mechanism. You also have their V-buckle S closure, which is again a combination of magnets and mechanical locking for the buckle instead of a traditional plastic buckle. And with this one, you also get the PINCLIP attachment included. So on the inside, you can see we have the attachment for your saddle rail. And there's also an integrated rear hook, so you can put a tail light or other things right through it. As far as what comes with it, basic packaging and the clip for your saddle rail. So this will go on the saddle rail, and then you can see pretty much locks into place. So you put in the right direction, you can see it just locks into place. And then if you pull, it'll come off. So pretty slick design. Now let's take a look at the weight of the bag. So this is the medium variation again. This one is 151 grams. And then the saddle rail attachment base, that is 28. It's a little bit heavier because there is some metal pieces in here and the magnet. Visually, the FIDLOCK PINCLIP saddlebag has a semi-rigid roll-up waterproof design that's similar to a lot of bike packing saddlebags. The main structure is rigid with this internal plastic that gives this nice rectangular profile with this beveled front edge to make it a little bit sleeker. You can see you have this nice waterproof fabric on the outside. FIDLOCK only offers it in this black color though, so you can see it's only offered in this color, but it's a nice design and you can see the mesh of the fabric and the semi-rigid construction, so you can see you can push down on it and then you can expand it if needed, with the most of the expansion being the roll-up back. The main branding on here is just the FIDLOCK here and this little tag with the reflective logo and then the reflective elements on the rear strap, which is also a nice feature if you want to put a tail light. But otherwise pretty compact. This is the medium version, which is actually the larger one and gives you good capacity without being overly big. You have this nice texture to this as well, so kind of non-slip and very easy to interact with. The cool thing about this though is really the mounting. So this is their PINCLIP attachment. This base actually works with other products, so if you have their action camera, you can swap out the bag and then put your action camera on there to get GoPro or other footage while you're riding from behind you. The main way this works is both magnets and this little peg design. So this is the saddle rail attachment, and you can see it has this peg. So this one's very simple. There's a magnet on the inside, and you can see these two groove cutouts, and that's really what mechanically holds this in place, as well as a little triangular slot here. There's a receiver built directly into the saddlebag itself, and you can see this has a matching slot for that peg, and then these two metal rollers. What you'll see is when I bring this close, you have a very strong magnet here in the base, and that locks that in place. So it pushes down, and then you can see this does not remove because it's now mechanically locked into place. It's not just the magnet itself, which you could pull apart. To release this, you pull back, and then this thing can just come off. So what's really holding this place, you can see when I pull this back, is it opens up those rollers and has the matching slots here. But the combination of the magnet means you just bring it close, then you're done. To release it, it's equally simple. Just pull back, and then if this was attached to your bike, this would just drop out. So very simple design, minimal pieces. You just have the slide back feature and then this static piece on your saddle rail. You can see just 2 bolts here that'll compress down from the top. So pretty clean setup, and if you have multiple bikes, you can buy multiple of these and then simply pull back and release this and swap between bikes. So really simple design. There is no attachment to your seat post, so great for a mountain bike with a dropper post as well. As far as the closure, you can see you have a roll-up design. That's what makes it waterproof, so the water won't get in, and you have the waterproof fabric. This has their V-buckle. So their V-buckle S, and this replaces a traditional plastic buckle, which requires 2 hands to use, with this interesting design. So you can see it has a clasp, and again, magnets to make this work. You have this little pull here. So you can see if I pull this, it'll release it. And basically you can see the way this works is that there is a latch here. So this little metal piece will go around, and then you can see these little grooves here. So when I bring it close, I don't have to do a traditional buckle thing. I just bring it close, and you can see that'll slide into place, and now it's mechanically locked. Again, to release it, you pull up, and that pushes this down and off that little hook. So it's kind of a cool design, gets rid of the problem of the little kind of plastic buckle pieces where you have to compress. And you can see I can do this one-handed. I just pull back and it will release. It is a nice design, but it does have some downsides. It is very confusing when you first get it because you're looking at this, you're wondering how it works, and this little strap is all black, so it would have been nice if this was a different color. And it's not very obvious that you have to pull it back in this way. So as far as the design, it could be improved just to illustrate where you want to go because it's kind of counterintuitive. The other problem with this is if you only roll this up twice and you get this backwards, then this is actually incorrect installation. You want the buckle to be outward. Otherwise, when it's this way, you actually have to pull the strap from the inside backwards to release it, which again, very confusing. So when we first got it, it was actually like this, so we didn't really understand how to open it, and you had to look at the manual. So it does introduce a problem. It's not bi-directional. It's really meant to be facing outward, unlike a normal buckle, which can work from either way. So you have to make sure you roll it an odd number of times. So either one time like this, or the 3 times to really get it waterproof. And if I open this up again, see roll-up design, so you can really extend the capacity. So if you just have minimal items, you can leave it completely closed. Or if you have a larger item, you can open it up and have it hang out the back. What's nice is they didn't make it all black on the inside, so here you actually have a gray interior and pretty much open otherwise. There's no real pockets or anything like that. And a roll-up design with this little FIDLOCK branded cover. Opening, closing, like a roll-up design, is a little bit more tedious, so you have to pull this, wrap it, and according to the instructions, you do it 3 times. And then you bring it around, and you know you've done it correctly if you have the buckle facing out. You can see with it closed, you just have this capacity here, and you have the rear hook for a taillight. Now let's take a look at the saddlebag on our Decathlon Tri-Band bike. You can see the pin clip attachment's really nice. You just get it close, and then it locks into place. And then removing it requires pulling back, so it's still very secure. Even with the only single attachment, there's no swaying or anything else to worry about. So really nice system. As far as opening it, that little buckle is a little bit confusing. So the first time you use it, you have to remember to pull outward and then it releases. But the nice thing it is one-handed. But again, it is directional. So if you don't rotate the bag enough, it'll face inward, which is really confusing. Inside the bag, you have decent storage. The roll top portion really gets compressed down if you do the full 3 rotations. So most of the actual capacity is in the center, but you do have a lighter colored interior, which makes it easier to find things. We're able to fit our normal kind of everyday carry stuff. So a tube, you can see we'll have a tire lever, the Topeak mini nano wrench, which is also a really nice tool. So it's a little bit longer and wider, so you can really fit other things in here. And if you want to take advantage of that full capacity, you don't care about waterproofing, you can put a jacket in here and just leave the roll top open, which is an advantage. But if you do want to have the waterproofing, you really lose all that additional capacity outside of the main rigid area. But there are no dividers also, so you just really have to stuff everything in there, which makes finding things a little bit more difficult. We've done a wide variety of reviews. So one of them we have is the Topeak, and this uses their wing system, so a rail wing system which uses these straps, lets you attach it with these multiple straps and then open it up and access the items. You can see fabric construction, which is more flexible than the FIDLOCK, which is more rigid. Topeak also has other options like these more slimmer ones. So this is their waterproof design, and you can see it's a wedge. So very small, and you have more traditional Velcro attachment points, so a little bit harder to take on and off, and this one does have a seat post attachment, which can be a problem if you have a dropper post. But you can see all black interior, which makes it hard to find items. We also have the KOM cycling bag. This one also has a kind of interesting attachment design. So rather than using Velcro, it uses an ATOP dial. So you can see it wraps around. You lock the hook in place and then close it. This does not have a roll-up design like the FIDLOCK one, but it is a little easier to open and close. You don't have to deal with this whole roll-up. You just do a zipper, open it up, and you can see you have full access. This one also has an attachment for radar. So you have a little puck here, so if you have taillight or radar, you directly attach it versus the FIDLOCK. But again, a little bit more tedious to take on and off, as you do have the strap that goes over rather than the separatable part. Now, FIDLOCK is not the first one to come up with kind of a quick release mechanism. We've also reviewed the Topeak Duo. So they have this Duo design. So it's a dual slot design. So you can see just a simple plastic slot. This goes on a matching receiver, slides into place, then a tab that you simply push down to release and then pull it off. It's not as slick as the FIDLOCK though. With the FIDLOCK, it's magnetic. So you just do that, pull and go away, and it completely releases. While this one you do have to push down. It's a simpler design, less expensive, and supports other accessories as well. But with this one, with Topeak, they have more accessories currently, while FIDLOCK just has the camera. But with this one, you get a nice combination of bike packing things. So you get waterproof, roll-up design that you can easily expand. So if you do want more capacity, you can open this up. While more traditional bags, you're limited to the main compartment. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the FIDLOCK PINCLIP saddlebag. What we like about it is you have a waterproof design, so you can use this any weather. It's also very easy to install or remove from the bike thanks to the PINCLIP attachment. You have the magnets that force it in place and a very simple lever to release it. It also has an integrated rear hook, which is great for taillights, radars, or any other accessories you want to put there. As far as negatives, the saddlebag has a confusing latch. They use their little magnetic buckle, which replaces a traditional plastic one, but it's now directional, and it's not that obvious how to open it the first time you see it. Also, there's no internal pockets or dividers, so you just kind of have to stuff everything in there, so it can be hard to actually find the contents. Taking everything into account, would give the bag an 8.6 out of 10. It's a clever magnetic saddlebag that makes it really easy to install and remove from the bike, thanks to the PINCLIP design. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at The Sweet Cyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.